So something pretty cool to show you today. I'm going to be uh, giving you kind of an overview of a clip launching template that I made for touch control that works with Reaper and Playtime 2. And yeah, it's very similar to what you might see with the Launchpad and the clip layout for Ableton, but this is exclusively for Reaper using Playtime 2. And here, I'll show you what that looks like here. So if we pop over here, this is Reaper. This is the template. It does clip launching. So simply click on this, and we have some beats and things coming out. Right. So I'm going to stop that. But what's great is that it actually works with an iPad, which I have right over here. Why don't we zoom in on that? So what I'm using here is a embedded version. So this area right here is the template. This platform is Open Stage Control, which is this amazing um, software that you can use to connect really kind of anything that accepts MIDI and OSC messages. Why don't we take a look back over here? Yeah, if we look in, actually, I don't have it open, so let's go here. This is the website for it, and you can go to download, and you will actually need to do this, and you'll want to get the version that works with your computer. I'm just generally doing an overview today just to show you how it might work. If you're already familiar with how OSC works in Reaper and you're curious about Playtime 2, which is like a clip launching environment that I have another video on that should be available if you want to check the rest of the channel here, um, that allows you to have clip launching very similar to Ableton, which is right here. So this is Playtime 2. See, currently I'm using a slightly different template. So what I'm going to do is actually use my usual project template. Let's go ahead and say yes to saving that. And all these files will load back up here. Let's do new instance, and yeah, there we go. Great. So this is Playtime 2 right here, and this is working with this template that I have here. So you can see how that's changing that there. And then if I jump over to my iPad, I can actually start and stop that as well. So what I like to do is actually have this clip launching here, and then this clip launching template embedded as, you know, a page in my larger template, so that I can say, let's see, I'll go over here and launch an entire scene. You'll see that this turns green, and then I can actually choose, you know, what volume I want to have here, and add different effects. And in adding the effects, it's getting kind of crazy, so maybe that's a little loud. Maybe I'll just turn down playtime a little bit here. But yeah, and then I can stop that and go to something else. And let's reset the effects. And we'll stop that just by tapping that again. So you can see this is very similar to Ableton, similar to kind of any general like clip launching. Is you hit it and it starts and it stops, and you have row clip launching here. And I'm going to go ahead and stop that. So there's a lot of like really interesting things that are specific to Playtime 2. You'll definitely want to, check that out if you're interested in using this template, and you can find that here. So if you go to the helgaboss.org and that's the Playtime. You know, let's see here. We go to downloads, and you can that there. But yeah, it's a really really cool software, and what's great about this template is that now I have everything that I want to have in one place. I can have this piano and things like that. So this is running on a platform called Open Stage Control. But something that was a particular challenge was finding a way to make it so that I could do clip launching and have the names of all of the clips and be able to scroll through. So it's pretty great. I can hold down this arrow and go right down the line and go back up, and I can go left, I can go right, and everything. Right. Great. So the this is my sort of custom template. I wanted to go over that with you so you could see, you know, what's possible. This is a much larger template, so maybe what we can do is take a look at something a little bit simpler. And I'm going to go ahead and load up this other template. So what I'm doing is clicking up in the right corner, hitting open recent in this case, but I could just hit open, and I have a list of projects that I've opened, but you can also just do open and find your other ones. So I'm going to hit clip launcher, and that same template is loaded. Inside of this, just, you know, for a little perspective on what this looks like, inside of this template is a bunch of different nodes. You can see a bunch of different buttons. And then it is generally, this is all JavaScript for the most part. So these are, you know, this is things that I had to add in order to make it so that this works a particular way. So it changes color when it's recording, like that, or if it's playing. So all of those things are already included. Also, you know, incrementing so that you can scroll through things. If you hold down the arrow, if you hit it once, it'll, you know, move at a certain pace. And this pairs with Playtime 2, but also this amazing, you know, mapping software also created by Helga Boss called Realearn, which is embedded inside of Reaper. And one of the things that it allows you to do is to configure just about any kind of mapping. So a big piece of this is actually having the Realearn project, or the Realearn unit control that's right here. You can see these are the different clips. Essentially, these are variables so that all that information gets sent over here and it goes back and forth, which is, you know, it's going over OSC. It's just, you know, text or was that strings, integers, floats, you know, with the designation, the OSC designation that goes back and forth. The easiest way to make this all work, you know, as one thing is to use the example project that I'm attaching inside of this folder. So when you go to my website here, so we'll just kind of reload this. You go to explore, very dramatic intro, which is like, I think it's like really cool. But and then we go to tech right here, and then you'll scroll down and you'll see clip launch control template for Reaper and iPad. Guess I'm calling it PlaytimeOSC, and you click right on that, and that'll get you to this space here. You can throw an email in here, and if you want updates, news, you can click on that. I don't really update that much, so this is more if I have an updated template and you want that to be sent to you, I'll send that out. Or if I'm having like a small sort of you know, virtual gathering or something like that for features that you know, features to test with people, or if you have thoughts and questions about how to use this template, yeah, or other things, because I also have other projects as well. This one It's pretty interesting, I think. But yeah, so why don't we jump over and I'll just show you real quick how the template works, any sort of like odds and ends. So we're going to be looking at this on the iPad here. The sort of long and short of it is you just tap and the sound starts coming out. You do have to, again, make sure that you have playtime to Realearn correctly configured inside of Reaper, and then open stage control installed and running. So there are a few steps. There are a few steps for open stage control just to make sure it's running properly on your network. If you have your computer connected to Wi-Fi, that's not going to be particularly difficult, especially if you're staying in one place. And that's just kind of a matter of, putting the send information in here and having that properly set up. So maybe I'll make a another video about that if people have enough questions. Definitely send me a message. Instagram is a particularly good way to get in touch with me because I have a lot of different project information and demos there. Text and video and messaging is really easy. So my Instagram is at VoxViola, and it's VoxViola, and I also have this available on GitHub, and you can kind of see, Vox Viola, same name there. So yeah, you can find me there. Yeah, I think that this is really cool because it's free if you already have the equipment. A lot of people have an iPad. You can also run this on a phone as well. It's the same. Generally the same idea. It's a matter of putting in the right IP address information if that's the the network name usually, in order to connect to your iPad. There are a number of ways of doing that. So yeah, make sure you check out Open Stage Control as you do this. And if you have questions about ways of using this, or you're having a lot of trouble, just get in touch with me, and maybe I'll have like a little sort of like study group on how to make this work properly. Because once you're able to do this, you can essentially have your mixer, your launch pad, your queuing for video systems. It can all be integrated into something that is in your iPad, controlling your computer or anything else. I even have it set up so that it's controlling BitFocus Companion as well, through my iPad, and also through Open Stage Control if I like. And yeah, it's really kind of a game changer for me because I'm a string player. I'm a violist, and I do a lot of looping and electronics, and I need something that gives me the ability to kind of touch the the clip. It's like I see the clip, I want to hit that, and then that's the only thing I want to see at that moment. But I can also page through these different options for different things as well. Like this thing called Snap Shooter is also integrated in this way. I also have, I have another video about that, but that is allows you to fade between different states, which is pretty amazing. It's a script that comes that you can add to Reaper when you download all of the pieces. But all of these things are basically free as long as you have the equipment and the know-how to do that. So I'm trying to provide some of that know-how, and yeah, I hope we can make some music together someday. I do a lot of virtual playing and in-person playing as well. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, and best of luck with working on this.